I get emails from fantasy football fans all the time. Who should I start? Who should I sit? But every once in a while, I'll get a note that reminds me why I love fantasy football so much. Every once in a while, I'll get a note that reminds me fantasy football is more than just a game.
I've spent my entire life here in Buffalo. And as you probably guessed it, I'm a diehard Bills fan.
But we lost 4 Super Bowls before I was 8 years old. We haven't won a playoff game in over 2 decades.
I joke around with people and say, maybe that's why I started drinking. But believe it or not, football actually saved my life. Hi, my name is Scott, and I'm an alcoholic. Well, not exactly. See, I'm an actor. The real Scott wanted to remain anonymous. And to protect the privacy of everyone involved, everyone's name has changed. But everything you're about to hear about our friend Scott's actual life, 100% true. Anyways, for all you playing at home, I'm Scott. I'm an alcoholic.
It's good. It's good. It's good, okay?
I grew up upper middle class. My parents loved me and my 2 brothers. I was a regular kid. I hung out with friends, I played sports. My life was as normal as every single Bills fan, just hoping that the Patriots dynasty would just come to an end already.
The difference between me and all of you normies really hit... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Normies is code amongst us alcoholics for all you perfectly well-adjusted people out there.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
The difference between me and you normies really hit me the summer before college.
I went to this party senior year, and I literally never drank before in my entire life. 3 drinks in, something changed. I felt free. I woke up the next day with my first and worst hangover in my entire life. But I knew one thing. I was gonna do that again. I spent the next 10 years chasing it. There was nothing, and I mean nothing, that could stop me from drinking. I lied about everything. I would sneak in and steal my parents' checkbook, forge my father's chicken scratch signature.
I'm talking thousands of dollars.
And it only got worse from there. I couldn't keep a job. My girlfriend left me.
I'm sorry, okay?
I got evicted. I ended up living in my car.
I got a DWI. Did that wake me up? No!
My parents had bailed me out. Then I skipped going to court. You know what happens when you don't go to court? Cops put out a warrant for your arrest, which means when they catch you, you're going straight to jail. But I was right back at it. Obviously, I was drinking the whole time. I hated everything about myself.
In all seriousness, and this is absolutely true, Scott was gonna end his life, pull up to the tallest building in Buffalo, and realize he needed serious help.
I was desperate. And I begged my parents to help me get an attorney. And thankfully, the judge sent me to rehab. And then instead of locking me up,
Here you go, hon.
Thanks, Mom.
he sent me to live with my parents.
I finally admitted to myself that I was an alcoholic. Over the next 6 months, I went to rehab and got sober. It was hard, but I finally stopped drinking. And I knew I needed help to keep it that way.
So I got involved in this recovery program. I wasn't drinking, but I still felt like I was missing something. And the last place I thought I would find it was from my niece, Erica.
Want to join the league or what, big guy?
No offense, kid. This stuff's for dorks.
Did you just call me a dork? Come on, it'll be fun.
We're Bills fans here, okay? Who has the time to watch every game in the league?
Do you believe this guy? Bills fan since birth, but knows not about fantasy football. He can tell you how many career interceptions J.P. Lossman had. But he thought I was talking about Pabst Blue Ribbon the first time he heard me say PPR.
Erica was being a sweetheart. It made me feel better to know that she cared. And I thought it would help me keep my mind off of drinking. I had no idea how much fantasy football was gonna change my life.
Ooh, I'm up by 10.
Examining stats, setting lineups, proposing trades. I would spend the whole day with my family watching games.
Pretty awesome, huh? The first 2 years he was in the league, he won the whole thing. Yep, back to back.
Fantasy football saved my life. And I figured if it could help me, why couldn't it help someone else? So I started a league here with my recovery group, and I started checking in with them to talk football and see how they were doing with their sobriety.
Hi, I'm April, and I'm an alcoholic. I got sober, came to a few meetings, and when Scott asked me to join the league, it's become like a second family to me.
Okay, guys, so here we go.
Sure, fantasy football is just a game, but it can be so much more. It brings people together. And for those of us in this room, it helped change our lives.
So the real Scott's life today is pretty awesome. You know, he's got a great job, he bought a house, but most importantly, he's sober, and he's the happiest he's ever been.
All right, who's got the first pick?
Scott's Sober Fantasy Football League continues to this day, and it's making a serious impact, not just with Scott and the members of his league. They've actually introduced fantasy football into recovery groups around the country as a way to combine battling addiction with fun and a supportive community.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.